Okay.
So I just want to say hi to everyone and welcome Tracy to the Live Better, Feel Better membership group. This is actually our first guest speaker, so welcome. And I'm just going to interview Tracy today, and we're going to get some backgrounds and some tips and everything. Hopefully going to pick her brain, and I know a few people are keen to listen to her, so that's good. So to start off, do you want to tell us about yourself and how you got into spiritual healing?
Okay, so hi everybody. Nice to be welcomed as a guest speaker on Hayley's live or public group here. So my name's Tracy, and I'm a spiritual healer. I do psychic readings and mediumistic reading as well. But really, how I got into it is really stems from way back when I was a child. Really, that's when I first started to experience a lot of energy, spiritual energy around me. I think I was about 6 years old when I first started having these experiences, and sort of hearing spirit, seeing them, sensing them around in my childhood home. So very active, but I didn't really understand at that age, being so young, what it was all about or anything, and I just accepted it as it was, really. When I become more of a teenager, I started to ask questions, spoke to my parents about it all, and that's when I kind of discovered that my dad was actually a psychic himself.
Oh wow.
And yeah, absolutely. And my grandfather on his side was a trance medium, and my great grandfather was a trance medium as well. So it's kind of in the DNA, it's come from down the line from my family. So that was really, really interesting. And I didn't really start my development really until I was about 19, 20. Being at college, learning to do massage. One of my friends sort of mentioned about Reiki healing. I thought, oh, that's quite interesting. So
Yeah.
it sparked a little bit of an interest in me. So I thought, oh, well, I wouldn't mind doing that. And got a funny story is the lady that taught me lived literally 2 minutes from my house, and we both lived in that area, in that house, for about 18 years, and we never crossed paths at all. But we actually met at a train station, funny enough. So we got talking. She gave me her card to do Reiki, her business card to do Reiki. And when I got back from visiting my sister, we got together and she taught me how to do Reiki healing, which was really lovely. So you could feel the energy, you could see colours, really kind of helped the clients that we were practicing on, and yeah, really, really lovely. So that's really kind of how I started my sort of spiritual journey. And from then I started wanting to do more with like the spirit side of it. So receiving sort of messages while I'm doing my healing, but also doing readings and things. So I went to the College of Psychic Studies in London and started to train. Although it was a natural gift that I have, it's always good to go back to the foundations and really work from the bottom upwards. So I met a lady called Donna who was great. She taught me, and then I went on to Arthur Finney College as well in London, and met Jan, and she taught me a lot more about energies and different things. But with working in a spiritual way, you get to know your own spiritual team.
Yeah.
And it's really important to really connect with your spirit team and your guides and have that really close relationship with them, because they work with me through my healing. So so that's really, really good to have that relationship. And when I do my healings, they were always there to help me through that process. And then that relationship's got stronger and stronger, and my healing's got stronger and stronger, and the results have been absolutely amazing for my clients.
Oh, brilliant.
That's kind of really how I got into
it must have been really reassuring when your parents didn't say you were mad, and they understood and were supporting, like, we're not mad, but more of, oh, you know, that's silly, don't, you know,
Yeah,
because so many people
exactly.
do go through that, isn't it, that their parents and that don't have an understanding, where you've had that. I mean, I was very lucky as well. At 15, my uncle and auntie was into all this, and you know, so my passion and interest and realizing opened my mind up and realized that I had all those connections as well. And I think I've spoken to so many people that haven't had that when they were younger, so it's been a fight. And you know, where you've been able to grow naturally with it, haven't you? Even though you've done the college and everything, it was accepted, which is obviously been a
Exactly.
great support.
Yeah, definitely. And it's been challenging. I mean, when I was younger, I suffered from depression when I was a teenager. So in a way, the spiritual kind of life for me actually really helped and saved me. In a way, it's very comforting, and knowing that, you know, there is more to life than just what we actually see here.
Yeah.
Which is
And
really
you're not
lovely, and
alone.
it's nice to have that support.
Yeah.
Exactly, you're never alone, and as you said, it's nice to have that support, those people around you that do understand, because it can be quite lonely when you go through experiences that you don't know. That's when I was very young, I thought I accepted it. I thought, well, this must be what life is like. This is what everybody must
Yeah.
see and hear and feel. But no, not
Yeah.
really. um, so yeah, so it's just nice to have that family or those friends to support you in that way, definitely.
Yeah. Brilliant. Um,
Yeah.
so the next question was a bit more about what's been going on lately. So we've all been having our ups and downs over the last few months with everything. So how have you coped with like especially lockdown and all the changes and everything that's going on? And you know, also, do you have any techniques that you use to help you get through it?
Yeah, so yeah, lockdown's been very difficult for everybody. For myself, I went through stages where, with working with the energy, some days I would feel quite fine, some days I would just struggle getting out of bed. It's just working with those waves of energy. I suppose for myself was to be gentle with myself, to be kind to myself, and just go with how I kind of felt on that particular day, and in that moment as well, because through each day you can still have all the emotions that you feel, like
Yeah,
very anxious and scared and have that fear, or it's okay. So it's just kind of being aware of how I kind of felt, really. And I did a lot of internal work, a lot of reflection. One of the techniques that I actually used, apart from really meditating a lot of the time as well, just to really make sure I was still, I was calm, was to really sort of scan my body in an energetic way. So
yeah,
I would put myself in a very meditative state and imagine energy from the top of my head just flowing down to my feet. But I would scan my physical body first, just to see how my physical body felt, whether there's any aches or pains or anything that I was aware of. And then I would do the same process with my emotions. How was I
yeah,
feeling emotionally? Am I feeling sad? Am I feeling okay? Then it would be the mental body. So your thoughts, what kind of thoughts were coming through,
yeah,
negative, positive. And then the spiritual body as well, which is connected to my higher self, my intuition, and my team. And I would do that every day. I still do that now, every day in the morning, because before you actually get up and actually meet people in the world, it's important to really know how you feel. So when you do go outside, and you'll know whether those feelings are actually yours, that you're feeling
yeah,
anxious, a little bit fearful, or actually that's the environment I'm in, or that's what I'm sensing from somebody else that I've just walked
yeah,
past. So it's really important for me to really focus on how I was feeling, and how by doing the internal work, then I'm not projecting my own fears onto other people as well. Just being really mindful
oh
of.
yeah. I mean, that's great, because actually
myself.
my live chat next week is about offloading pain, and it's all about, you know, people, you know, it's being aware of what's yours before, you know, because we react, don't we, and we react in a way that's, you know, and it's not, it's sometimes it's ours, sometimes it's not. When we realize it's ours first, you know, we react differently and we can deal with things differently, and then it's sort of easier all round, isn't it? And it's, you know, and we talked about in the masterclass this thing about accepting this is where I am today, like you said, with my emotions. I'm having a wobbly day today, or I'm having a, you know, bad day because I'm tired. And so not to be so hard on yourself, isn't it? So it's great to scan yourself and see what's going on.
Exactly, and knowing that whatever you feel is fine. That's okay. It's okay to feel sad 1 minute. It's okay to feel joy the next minute. That's fine. It's just going with that wave of energy and just going with that flow and just accepting everything that you feel.
Brilliant. So I've had a treatment with you and it was, you know, it was brilliant, and which I really enjoyed. But can you explain to the rest of the members exactly what you do? Because I know there's a few different things, isn't it? You do the readings and you've got your online courses. Do you want to give a bit more information about that?
Absolutely. So first of all, with my spiritual healing, what happens within a session is I relax my clients. So I take them through like a meditation to really relax their whole body and their mind. And I work very close with my spirit team, but also working with your spirit team, because we all have a guide or an angel that works with us and guiding us through our life. So it's working with your energies and working with your spirit team. So I just allow the energy from my team to come through me. So I'm like a vessel, really. I'm just here as someone that just bring that energy through. Because in a way, you heal yourself within your own energy, but sometimes we just need that extra little bit of energy flow to you. And I work with chakras. So for those that don't really understand what chakras are, they are energy points within our body from the top of our head to the base of our spine. And with each chakra, it has the specific job to do. So what I do is that I work with each chakra individually. So we've got the crown, we've got the third eye between our eyebrows, we've got the throat, the heart, solar plexus on our stomach, sacral just below our belly button, and our base, which is grounding at the bottom of our spine. So really check those chakras to see if they are working and spinning properly. Sometimes they can get a bit sticky, so they're not spinning as well. And I really work with those just to really balance the energies there, because if one's not working as well, it can cause us to be a little bit out of balance. So for example, if we go through a traumatic experience, our emotions can be hit quite hard. So our heart chakra can be a little bit out of balance. So it's just really working with that to realign ourselves. And I get guided with my team. So if there's a particular area on your body, say your knee joint or a particular organ that needs a little bit of help, then I will be drawn to that area and do a lot of healing on that particular area for you as well. So it's an all over kind of healing. So working with your physical body, your emotional body as well, again, your mental body and your spiritual body. So it's the whole of our well-being that comes into that healing, really. And I also can receive information from my guides and from your guides about certain things that could help you with your lifestyle, or there's certain things that you need to change possibly that could help you with your healing. So if I did receive information, then I would obviously pass that on to you as well. So that's the general process that I go with my spiritual healing, and it's always important to have a bit of time afterwards to rest, because it is quite a powerful healing. So it's just nice to have that time to just allow yourself just to be for a few hours afterwards. So that's the spiritual healing that I do. I also do spiritual readings, so working with my guides, again working with your energies on a psychic level, and your guides can bring through information with what's happening around you right now and what is the possibilities of what could happen in the future for you. So if you find yourself at a crossroads and you're not sure really what direction to go in, then
Yeah.
working with my spirit team, your team, could really help give you a little bit of clarity, a little bit of guidance of what could possibly happen, sort of moving forward for you. That's really, really nice. And also spirit may pop in as well, or I do a different kind of mediumistic reading where your loved ones in the spirit world that wishes to come through and communicate with you, so you know that they're okay, they're fine, they're pain-free, they're happy, and they may have some guidance for you as well. So there may be something that they're aware that you're doing in your life, but they just want you to know that actually they're there with you because they see
Yeah.
you going through certain things and giving you that support as well, which is really nice to know that your
Yeah.
loved ones are
That's it.
still there with you, and you know
Yeah.
then they haven't gone, they're just literally next door, that you can't see them, but they are always will be in the next
Yeah.
room,
Yeah.
just watching you and helping you, guiding you through life
That's
as well.
brilliant. I know when
Yeah,
we done
and also
our treatment, it was I mean, I've had spiritual healing before, but doing it online as well, which I mean, everybody's things are changing, but it was still so powerful. I know when I do meditation across line, it, you know, it works so well.
yeah,
But what I was finding, where the energies were shifting even through online, and the guides were obviously communicating, the effect of the internet and the noise coming through was just like, wow, this is actually, it was, you know, I can actually, I mean, you sense it when you have those treatments, but to actually hear it as well was something I hadn't experienced, because I'd never done it like that online. So that was quite interesting, even though like I was so relaxed and everything, but to hear that like crackling and things when things were happening in me, that they were shifting between the two of us across the video was quite you know, quite an experience. You know,
because it can interfere with electronics, you know,
yeah,
even with ourselves, with our energies. I mean, I know for myself, if I used to, as a teenager, used to get very emotional and not really having that control because I hadn't started my development yet.
yeah,
There were so many things, like the computers would just crash. Every time I just walk past a computer, it would just crash. It would just be, nope, it's not working. So yeah, it's just an energy thing that it just happens with electricity. It's just
yeah.
mental, it's crazy.
Brilliant.
But it's amazing how it works over the internet, because before sort of lockdown and before everything happened this year, I wouldn't normally do things really that much over the
Yeah,
internet, over Zoom or Skype or anything. And it's just amazing how it still works. It doesn't really matter where you are in the whole world, you can still connect with that energy,
yeah.
a thought, an intention.
I mean, anyone who's done Reiki or had Reiki, I mean, you know, the distant healing had been, you know, we've all talked about that for ages, isn't it? You know, we can send our healing and everything, but yeah, to now do it sort of face to face, but sending it in different ways is, I didn't believe for a long time that I could put someone into a meditation and do a whole clear and guiding thing through the internet. I just thought you needed to be in the room, you needed that connection, and you don't. And I watch my clients just like experiencing the same sort of thing, and you know, we're in different countries sometimes, and that's quite, you know, quite amazing. So yeah, in that sense, isn't it? You know, that's one good thing that's come out of lockdown.
Exactly. We can work with anybody and have that connection. I mean, if we didn't have computers and things or telephones, it would be a lot worse, I think, really. But,
yeah, we've been very lucky in that sense. You'd mentioned to me that you run workshops and you're running sort of working on an online thing as well. So do you want to just sort of let the members know about some of that, and if you know, so they know what you do?
Absolutely. So I'm doing workshops as well. So face to face can also be done online as well. So working with really kind of awareness, as well as working in a psychic, mediumistic, spiritual way with my clients, because I think it is all to do with energy anyway, and
Yeah,
just being aware of our own energy, being aware of other people's energy that are surrounding us. So some of the things that I would work with is working with being on board with yourself. So just knowing that, you know, you're within yourself, you're in your little bubble, and that you're not projecting things out to somebody else, you're just being with
yeah,
yourself, connecting to the spirit world, or connecting with someone in that psychic way, doing readings, so doing readings with oracle cards, doing psychometry, so working with objects, so holding like a ring, for example, and getting information from that ring for the person that you're sitting with.
yeah.
Working with colors and energy, again, chakras, um, connecting to the spirit world and bringing a spirit person through, and really kind of working with the three kind of clairs, which is the clairsentience, so really feeling that kind of spiritual person near you. Clairvoyance is actually seeing those images that they put through your mind, and clairaudience, where you hear words, you hear them talking to you. So really working with those energy senses that we all have as well. So lots of different things that I bring, working with boundaries, where our boundaries sit and everything. So we're
Yeah.
nice and protected with that energy, scanning the body as well, sort of a lot of things like that. So um, I do that within my workshops, and I also producing an online course, which is going to be hopefully be launching soon, and that just has all that information in, how to work with ourselves, our energies, and with other people and the spirit world, to bring through our own intuition, how to work with that as well. So that will
Okay.
be launched soon, hopefully, and be ready to be available for everybody to really sense and be aware of their own kind of energy and their own
Okay.
inner journey
Yeah.
in themselves with development,
Well, when
and
you have
having
that
that
up and running,
support
let us
from.
know, and we can let the members know as well what's going on. So your actual
Absolutely.
workshop that you do, how long do they run for? The
The visual workshop I do, so I do a 6-week course, so it'll be one, say for example I'm doing one on a Wednesday evening face to face with some people, so it would be for an hour every Wednesday for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Actual workshops I would probably do over sort of 4 hours in a day, so you'll have all that time to really work together, and to produce some lovely results there with people.
Okay. So if somebody wants to, one of the members wants to work with you or anything, is it until you're running the next one, if you're doing one on the line, or if they have one or a few people, they can contact you to book one? How does it work?
So at the moment I'm working with 2 people, so it can be just a couple of people that I work with at a time. So at the moment I'm just going with how much interest there is. If
Okay.
there's more than 2 people,
Yeah.
then I can go ahead and just get going with the course. It doesn't, I don't actually have a specific kind of
Times running, yeah.
time.
Okay. So
It's
if
just,
any of them are interested to contact you, and then
yeah, absolutely, and then we can arrange a time and a day and everything, and go from there. Absolutely, yeah.
yeah, because I know a
Yeah.
few of my members are quite interested in what you do and things like that, so that'd be
Yeah.
good. So
Oh,
at least they
brilliant.
know
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So they can contact me either Facebook or email. Then we can see what happens. And yeah, I mean, even if there's only 2 people, I would still go ahead with it, because we can do things together
Yeah,
over line. Obviously, the more we have, we can sort of mix and match and work with different energies
it is.
a lot of
Yeah,
the time. But yeah, I mean, I'm happy to work with just a couple of people. And at the moment I'm just working with 2 and having the results of being absolutely amazing. And for me, it's working with an individual that I know is going to get so much out of the work that I can offer.
Yeah.
And if it is 1 or 2 people, then that's fine. I don't need a lot of people.
No, and sometimes the smaller groups you get a lot more from, don't you? I find when I work with them.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you were talking about the the clairvoyance and everything, the hearing, the seeing, and it's, isn't it? Not everybody has all of them, is it? Some people only sense something, well, like see things. Some people only hear things, and some people can have more, isn't it? It's just because so just because one they might feel that they've got one but not the other, it doesn't mean that it's saying some people don't have all the senses, do they? Or do you?
Absolutely. I mean, we all have all of them. It's just one can be a lot stronger than the others. So for me, when I first started my journey, I was very much kind of feeling that clairsentience spirit around me all the time. But then when I worked through my development, the strongest part of me was then the clairvoyance. I could see a lot more things.
Yeah.
And then so it's like muscle memory. It's like when we do any particular exercise with our minds or with our bodies, it's working on those senses that make it a lot stronger.
Yeah.
So they would, even if you feel like you haven't got ones that you can't hear, we would work with that one to get that stronger. So you do have all 3 of them anyway.
And the more you work with anything like that, isn't it? It becomes more natural, isn't it? And I think it's trust as well with a lot of that stuff, because it feels so unusual, doesn't it?
Absolutely, trust is a big thing, definitely.
Yeah.
And sometimes a lot of people that I find, they bring messages through, they don't believe that they actually have that message. They believe they've made it up, or it's just something that they've just popped out of their mind. But the thing is, when spirit works with you, sometimes that they use your own memory bank. So you think that it is just something that's in my memory, like for example, a red car. The spirit person had a red car, but it's easier for them to show you your red car than trying to show another red car. You need to understand what they're trying to get at. So even
and they want you to feel comfortable, don't they? And
absolutely.
I find this when we're doing the meditations and that people are like, well, I don't know if that's what they're telling me or that's what I'm thinking, or, you know, why is that my guide looking like this? And that's, well, it's going to look like that because that's, you're comfortable, you know. You know, I've had sort of South African native sort of Kenyan guide for years, and he's called Dave. Don't ask me, but it was, you know, obviously comfortable. It was one of my very first. I mean, he's been with me for years, you know, and does a lot of work with me. Some of the others have got completely different names, you know. And when I was needing to be in my more feminine side, and anyone who knows me, it's, you know, feminine, it's sort of, I've bridged between the two. You know, there was this long-haired, flowy white dress woman, and I was like, what the hell is this? You know, but it's what I needed, you know. She was really being feminine, you know. And it is, so things come in very different shapes or forms, don't they? And
definitely, and it depends on where we are in our life as well. So we have lots of different guys that come and work with us in particular moments, and then once you've worked through that particular either problem or issue or whatever it is that you need to work on, they tend to step back. They're not always there at the front. Then somebody else will come through and work with you for something else. So it is all very different. It's amazing though. It is what I mean, they're not gonna show up with 2 heads or anything like that. But you're not going to accept them. You're not going to be feel comfortable with them. So it is about comfort. It's about, because, you know, they want you to work with them and have that trust and build that lovely relationship with them. So they don't want to bring something in that they know that you're going to be a little bit nervous of,
So,
or
yeah.
skeptical of, or just not going to accept it. So yeah,
Yeah.
they would just bring in that gentle energy and work with you in that way.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah, very good.
That's
But it's
brilliant.
nice to have them around. Comforting, as
Yeah.
we said before. It's really comforting
Yes.
to know that,
Yeah, I know that.
you know, someone's got your back, someone's there to support you, even if you can't see them. Just knowing that they're there, or feeling that they're there, it's just really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I noticed that when I are feeling that I'm not too sure what's going on, just meditating and going to sit with my guide, and then just, you know, chatting with me or saying it's going to be okay. It's just like I come back out and I'm all right. I can get on with my day now, or I can get through this, you know. It's, so
You need that bit of reassurance sometimes.
yeah.
No, it's okay. Yeah. And what
That's
better way to go within and actually find it within ourselves, within
self.
our own spirit team, to bring that through and have that self-reliance that, you know, it's okay. We don't necessarily need that other person to help us. It's, you know,
Yeah.
it's there for us to work through, and they know more than what we know ourselves, to be honest. Sometimes they know what we need. What,
Yeah.
you know, it may be different to what we think we need. but
They can see the bigger
yeah,
picture, can't they?
exactly. And it may not be something that you kind of think at the moment yourself, but they know that they're guiding you step by step, and they know how far to push you and how not to push you as well. They know what you can really cope with, because they would
Yeah.
never give you anything that you can't deal with. It would always be something that, you know, maybe just be a little bit out of your comfort zone, but they know you'll be able to deal with it, so they will just push you a little bit, say, you know, it's okay, we're going to do this, and it's fine, you know, it works out okay in the end.
Yeah.
With them, it's just trust and that wisdom with them.
Good. Well, thank you for sharing with us today. Is there anything else you want to let us know about, or?
No, I think that's it really. Yeah, I mean, I'm always here open to questions. If anybody has a specific question they wish to know about, then I'm here to, you know, do contact me and let me, you know, ask me. I'm quite
Yeah.
happy to share any information.
And I've
Yeah.
shared your information on there, and I will do that again at the bottom of the video. I'll put your Facebook link again so they can get hold of you if they need to and everything. So,
Well, email address and things. Yeah.
So, well, thank you for coming in, and hopefully, maybe next time we could do try and organise it, and we can get a few people in, and we can maybe do some readings or something like that, or something if you'd like to share, just do some experience. Yeah, that'd be great.
That'd be good. Yeah,
So,
no worries. Yeah, you let me know, and that'll be, I'm more than happy to do that. Definitely. Well, thank you for having me.
You're welcome. I've really enjoyed it. It's been great to hear about how you started and everything. So, and good luck with everything, and good luck with the online course.
Thank you very much.
Let us know, and then I can let my members know, so that'd be great.
Yeah,
all right,
absolutely, will do, definitely. All right then, thank you ever so much, Hayley.
All
nice
right,
to meet
take care,
you and everyone.
and
Okay,
have a lovely evening. Bye.